already. So it's still using this camera though, which is weird. I don't know. I guess we'll see how it works. Okay, so for the first two, actually, I'll just have you. Here's the answer to the first one. If you got all the way through and you want to check and see if you got it right, it was x equals 6.54, and then for 42, it's x equals 71.66 degrees. And then for 43, the answer is the segment MN is 9. So if you got that one, congratulations as well. And then for 44 and 45, the answer is 0, 0, and then the radius here would be 4. And then for 45, the center is 3, 7, and then the radius is 9. So if you got any of those, congratulations, good job. I'm going to go back through and do the work for them so you can either write down the work if you don't have it or just check your work to see what went right or wrong. So for 41, it wants arc length of AC. So this is the arc right here. So the way you would set this up is 125 degrees. That's the degree measure here over 360. This would be the fraction of the circle that you need. And then it's arc length, in this case of AC, over circumference. So it's part over whole equals part over whole. And then for circumference, you have to solve it just off to the side. Diameter is 6. Like that. And then multiply these two numbers, and it's 8.84. And then I'm going to plug the circumference into this, so it'll look like this. 125 over 360 equals x over 18.84. And then at this point, just cross multiply to solve for x, which will be the arc length. So it comes out to 360x equals 2355. And then divide both sides by 360, and that's how we get this number. Okay, and then 42, same type of problem, just this time it wants to know the degree measure right here. So for this one, it would be x degrees over 360 equals arc length, which they give us is 5, over circumference. So for circumference, pi times diameter, 3.14. Diameter would be 8. And then we cross multiply. And then x equals 71.66 degrees. Okay, 43, it says find the length of the mid-segment of the trapezoid, so that would be this segment right here. The mid-segment is the average of the two bases, or the middle of those two numbers. So to find that middle, you can add the values of the two bases and divide that by 2. So this would be 18 divided by 2, which equals 9. So the length of this is 9. And then 44 and 45 gives us the equation of a circle. They ask you to graph it. So first we need the center and the radius to graph it. So the center, because it doesn't have x minus anything or y minus anything, that means the center is just at 0, 0, the origin. So the center is right here. And then radius, this is the radius squared, so we can take the square root of 16 to get the radius of 4. And then from here to graph it, just maybe make a mark in 4 units in every direction. There's some good practice on Alex with this too. It's hard to graph on just like a piece of paper, but on a computer it's more perfect. And then 45, this is H and K right here. So opposite sign, 3 and 7, and then the radius is just square root of 81, which is 9.